What's up guys, and welcome back to Move Plus. I hope you've had a good week so far. We're gonna kick things off with 2 minutes of cardio of your choice. So you guys can decide what you wanna do there. We're gonna do 2 different movements on this one. So the first one is gonna be 20 high skips. So just basically double tapping the foot, opposite arm to the leg. Once we've done 20 of them, we're gonna go into 10 lateral step overs. So we've built ourselves a little bit of a block here, just going back and forth over the top. Those 2 movements will go back and forth for those first 2 minutes. From there, the next 3 minutes, what we'll do each minute on the minute is 5 inchworms with a push-up. So we are walking it out, push up at the bottom, and then walking back in again. We'll go through 5 of those. Whatever time we have left in the minute, we're gonna go into max mountain climbers. Okay, and we do that for those last 3 cycles. Good to go?
Yep.
All right, starting in 10, so 2 minutes of cardio of your choice. This is just the time to kind of ramp up into things, so start off easy. 2, 1, and go for it. So looking for nice, simple, straightforward movements, guys, things that you can jump straight into if you feel sort of body feels cold and stiff, you've been sitting at a desk or in the car all day. You want nice basic movements that are not too taxing. You're just gonna flow through those, give the body that time to kind of ramp up the intensity. So we're going back and forth between our high skips for 20 and our lateral step overs for 10. Got a deliberately fairly low target we're working with. We've just stacked a couple of plates up and just working back and forth over that. So working in some different movement planes as well, which is always good, and loosen up those joints nicely before we get into the slightly harder secondary piece to this warm-up. So if you are doing the high skips like us, guys, you want to look for the knee getting up around that hip height. And as I mentioned, we want to have like a little double tap on the foot that you're standing on. So you can see that little kind of bobbling motion M gets going on there. And then as we move back and forth on these step overs, this one's real simple, guys, not too much to it. You just want to make sure you're kind of keeping yourself balanced over the top there and make sure you're lifting the foot high enough. You don't want to clip it and go tumbling over the top. So 1 more minute, and then we'll move into that next 3-minute section. So a little bit of coordination piece to this as well, guys. You want to make sure that it's the opposite arm to leg. Sometimes when people do this, they get into the habit of going same side. It just starts to feel a little bit funky. So if it does feel a bit weird, stop for a moment, check in that you are going right hand with left knee and vice versa. So 30 more seconds. So hopefully by now the heart rate's starting to get up, body's starting to get warm, and it's feeling a little bit more accepting of starting to push a little bit more intensity on it. So in about 15 seconds, we've got that 3-minute section coming up. So 5 inchworms plus the push-up, max mountain climbers each minute on the minute. Going in 3, 2, 1, and go for it. So we try to go into a nice deep hip hinge with that inchworm, guys. You try not to bend the legs too much. If you do have very tight sort of hamstrings, hips, that sort of stuff, split the feet a little bit wider. That will give you a little more access to it. But ultimately, we want to try and work into the kind of position that M's in there where the feet are quite close. So that might take a little while to build up that hamstring flexibility, but that's what we're aiming for over time. And then just going into a nice strong push-up at the end. If you don't happen to have push-ups on the toes, guys, you can drop the knees down and do a knee push-up. That can make it a little bit more accessible. So 5 of them. Once you clear the 5, we're going to go into max mountain climbers. Got about 20 seconds left in the minute. So upper body wise, we're in pretty much the same position as that push-up top position. The legs are going to be running underneath us for these mountain climbers. We've got about 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go for it. So again, on the inchworm, walking it out, keeping that midsection nice and tight, guys. We don't want to feel like we're kind of flopping through. We want to be able to hit the brakes at the end of it and do a nice strict push-up, touching the chest to the ground. Nice work, and that's good. We've got about 30 seconds. Okay, so moving to the mountain climbers now. Making sure the body gets nice and extended at the back end of that mountain climber, so reaching the leg out. Shoulders will get pretty warm with this combo. There's a lot of pressing on this one. Okay, 5 seconds. We're gonna go 1 more cycle of this to finish off the warm-up. 3, 2, 1, and go for it. So what we're really trying to do as we walk back, or walk in and out of this inchworm position, guys, is trying to get the back as flat as we can. Usually what we'll see if someone's quite tight hamstrings or anywhere kind of rear chain, that back's going to want to round off, the knees are going to want to bend, and body's going to try to tuck into a ball rather than trying to fold in half. So do the best you can. Don't expect it to be perfect straight away. Work towards a better position, even if it's just a little bit at a time. Okay, so in the last lot of mountain climbers, 20 seconds left. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, and done. All right, so that is the warm-up done, guys.